Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Trading Table. This is Andrew, and joined with me is Landon. And today we're going to be going over some of the biggest movers today in the market, some plays to watch, some plays we made today, and more. Getting straight into it, right? We have our heat map here of the S&P 500. We can see NVIDIA had quite the day today, finishing up 4.9%, Meta 2.2%, all across the board in tech. It was quite a good day today, right? Overall market as a whole, quite neutral, few green, few red here and there, but I really liked it today. You know, market was great today. So taking a look at SPY's chart here, we can see that kind of similar to Friday, right? We had a downtrend. If you look here, you know, you see the downtrend, you see it hit, and then it came back up, right? So we started the day all the way up at 529 and finished the day at 527. But today was quite a volatile day, man. Today was quite a roller coaster. All in all, we only finished 0.08%. So, you know, you see this big drop here. It was pretty crazy today. We did make a lot of good plays. One play I do want to go over real quick was AMD right at open, right? We didn't really call this one out through our bot or anything. It was more like a scout play that I developed with my analysis. And, you know, me and Landon were in there chatting it up about AMD, and we fired the play. I treated it as a scout play, so I only took 20% profit here, but, you know, it was AMD puts for 170, moved very nicely all the way down to 168. I sold at the bottom there, and it was 20% return. So all in all, good there at AMD. If I held it throughout the day, probably would have, you know, been on vacation right now in a very exotic location, but that's okay. You know, emotionless trading. It doesn't matter. I took my profit, stuck to my plan, and that's what matters. So AMD, great play, but AMD did not have a great day today, right? You know, we finished 2% down. At its peak, it was over, let's see here, 5% down, right? So pretty bad move for AMD. And unlike the SPY, it didn't rebound, which is kind of unusual for AMD. But, you know, if we take a look at NVIDIA's chart here, remember that AMD follows NVIDIA pretty closely, but it follows SPY closer, which is, you know, kind of why we're like, oh, well, why did this happen, right? So we had a dip in NVIDIA, finished the day pretty high up, though, in post market. We're up to 1155 right now, so all good over at NVIDIA, right? They're continuing to rise up pre-split. So NVIDIA, great, right? Looking at the VIX here, I mentioned that it was kind of coming down, right, from its previous high of like 14.9. It's at 13.11 now. It did have quite a spike today, just because, you know, as you could saw with SPY, there was quite a lot of volatility, and you know, volatility brings fear. Nevertheless, we did have some big money plays today that Landon will be going over later in the video, and they were pretty good ones, right? Some really, really good ones. One of them is PDD, and like I said, Landon will go over it later, but I just want to, you know, our KWeb play. A lot of you might be like, oh, what's going on with KWeb, right? KWeb's not having the best time right now. But once again, with these swing trades, you got to keep your stop loss kind of loose, especially when they expire as far as KWeb. I mean, KWeb's expiration is October 18th. So don't panic if you're down in the short term, right? The amount of open interest for KWeb in the calls is actually insane. So I'm not worried about this at all. China stocks as a whole are just being pumped with money, and they will rise back up. Baba didn't have the best day. JD, not the best either. JD, you know, better day than Baba, though. At least it finished above water. But, you know, PDD is what we'll be going over later. And, you know, we had quite a good day on PDD today. But looking at AAL now, it's another one of our plays. And once again, I mean, buyers are literally the only thing keeping this afloat. Just bad news article after bad news article should be driving this down. American Airlines repeals ruling on Northeast Alliance with JetBlue. Cut the price target, right? Just more and more bearish news. So really the only thing keeping AAL up right now is hopes and dreams from the buyers who think they're getting a good buy-in at the dip. So it's only a matter of time before AAL falls out of the sky, literally. And, you know, once it falls, we could see like it dip into the 11s and the 10s. I would not be surprised at that at all. There's a lot of money in the put open interest. So, you know, if you're following the money and that's one of your trading strategies, you're on track for a great time with AAL if you follow your strategy. Looking at Starbucks now, this is one of our old big money plays I just wanted to go over real quick. We went over it yesterday in our video, I believe, and Starbucks had a day today. I'll throw up some profits on screen right now, and I'll throw up when the bot called it, right? So great, you know, price action with Starbucks. If you've been holding since the bot called it, I mean, you're up insane amounts right now. I think Landon has been holding it since the bot called it. What are you at right now, Landon?
Yeah, let me double check for you. I am Let's see. I'm up 91%.
Yeah, jeez, man. That's great play,
Yeah.
banger play.
Oh, yeah.
Congrats to all who played that. That was an insane call out by the bot, man. So Starbucks, great play. Moving to Landon now for some of our big money plays.
Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, so for our big money plays, we have ticker symbol MU. This is a call option contract at a strike of 130. This has an expiration of 6/21/2024 with a total premium count of 650K and total volume of 1.7K. It's not a crazy amount of premiums, but I'm still liking it for the upside. And today we actually saw a pretty good run up. Um, but yeah, definitely, I'm liking this one. And then moving on to our next one, we have ticker symbol PDD. I know Andrew touched on it a little bit, and he'll go into it a little bit after. But this one has a total premium count of 1.22 million and a total volume of 6.12K. This is for a strike of 155. It's a call option contract with an expiration of 6/14, 2024. So basically, what this is saying is basically the entire market is very bullish on Chinese stocks as a whole. So if you get into anything Chinese related, definitely look at the upside for those. And then moving on, we have ticker symbol GLD. It's a call option contract with a strike of 225, an expiration of 7/19/2024, and a total premium count of 2.21 million and a total volume of 11.51K. I know the bot called this one out today, and this play absolutely banged. So congratulations to everyone that was able to get in for this play. And then moving on from that, we have ticker symbol CEG. This is a call option at a strike of 300 with the total premium count of 577K and a total volume of 938 with an expiration of 1/17/2025. So it's definitely a far out play. I'm not loving the volume there, but we always have to watch the volume. And then back to you, Andrew.
Yeah, thanks, Landon. CEG here. I really don't like this play, to be honest with you. Energy as a whole sector is doing great, but 300 strike is kind of crazy, and these expire really late. So if you're like a really long-term swing trader, go for it. But if not, I'd sit back. A lot can happen in 2 years, right? So looking at MU real quick, the first one Landon went over. I just wanted to touch on this before I hop over to PDD, right? These are out of the money. Entry down here would have been ideal. Here would have been ideal. Even here would have been ideal. So if you didn't enter, just, chill out, wait for tomorrow. We'll be going over entering our Discord. If you guys are, considering entering this, just reach out to me or Landon, mention us. We're on every day, market open to market close. So any questions you guys have, with MU on entry, let us know. We'll try and get the best entry for you. PDD, right? I personally added this one to my swing trade list today, and we entered right around this 145.40 level. It did drop a little bit, but then it had just great price action right back above this 146.80 resistance, and it finished the day kind of above it. So very hopeful with PDD here. And if we zoom out to the month chart, I was also looking at this, right? We can see how I got that resistance. And if you guys still, are confused on how we did that, we have a support and resistance video. Be sure to check it out. It's a great video, really informative. But as you can see with PDD here, we had kind of similar price action last week or 2 weeks ago, and it came back up to 155 or not even 164, right? So PDD, great here. It expires on 6/14/2024, so not really that long term, but I'm really liking this in the short term as well. PDD is a great holdings and has been firing recently. So just looking at gold real quick though, gold, right? Unfortunately, I did hesitate with my entry on this. I was looking for entry down here, and I did hesitate. You know what? It's all good. Got to practice emotionless trading, but is what it is. Move on, right? But if you did play this when the bot called it out, let's see. If I look over at our Discord channel here, our bot called it out at 10:44. So if we go to 10:44 here, we could see the bot called it right here, and it finished at a peak of about $1 up. So great moves on those contracts. Looking at our earnings report, like I said, kind of a boring week this week. I mean, we have Lulu after close on Wednesday, but looking at tomorrow, we've got job openings. We have Toyota, right? I'm going to be watching Toyota for maybe some long-term shares pickup here. I would like to diversify into the auto manufacturer, and this is a great opportunity to do it if their stock price drops, right? Because Toyota is never going out of the market. Most reliable car in the market, in my opinion. Love Toyota. But other than that, pretty boring earnings day tomorrow. Not a lot on the economic calendar. Wednesday got a lot on the economic calendar, right? And oil was pretty far down today. Maybe this is why, but we'll see with crude oil inventories. But for now, I'm watching Neo also on Thursday, and I'll be going over this tomorrow. So make sure you guys stay tuned. But that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the trading table. Be sure to check out our free Discord. Link is in the description. This has been Andrew and Landon, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at market close.